check the units. Charge one piece. When ready, fire. Plus, charging. Aim charged. Plus. Red. Cannon. Plus. Somehow dense they came in. Grads, watch out. But it looks like ours. That's outworking. Again 30 to 2. Angle is 58 to 52. Aim neatly. 253. Cannon is charged. Cannon. Vitalii, now it seems most likely that the Russians are attacking our positions, right? Yeah, you can hear a real attack going on there. Our guys are most likely holding their positions there now, I think so. So the artillery is covering them, right? Yes, of course. It was an incoming hit, by the way. That sound was an incoming hit from the bad people. We're waiting. Plus, is it locked? No. Is everything okay? Plus, charge. Cannon. Shot fired. Go away. Unscrew the cap. Leave everything and go. Mikhailo Mutti, platoon commander, we work from here because we have a car radio station, a better connection, so that we don't get interrupted, so that we don't miss any data. So we have a special dugout with an antenna, a good connection, and we work from here. Well, so far, according to the adjustments, we see that the accuracy is tight, the shells are. Mutti, there was no explosion, one shot. 2 units, hurry up. Chrome, check the Untis 1, get ready to fire. Fire when ready. Soviet charges are designed. Mutti shot is fired, the flight is 29. Soviet charges are designed so that a shot on the ice sometimes does not explode because of its age and condition. Then we repeat another shot at the same setup, which is checked by a quadcopter or a drone, then adjustments are made. This software, Kropiva map, which is our Ukrainian design, helps us a lot. And so we are working to destroy the enemy. Tell us, what did you do before the Great War? Actually, I was a teacher. I worked as a physics teacher at school for 12 years. Well, there were such circumstances that I went abroad. I worked abroad for 4 years as a trucker for an Italian company. After the war broke out, I came back to Ukraine and came home. Such feelings were incomprehensible. We could not just sit around and do nothing. I went to the military commissariat and I was registered. Since I am an officer, they first sent me to a month's courses and then sent me back to duty. Resume targeting, be on duty. Chrome, I'm Mutti, resuming targeting. We are on duty in the gorge. Plus, Mutti, fire 1 round. Mutti plus fire. Cannon. Where are you from? Alexander, artillery driver. I'm from Zaporizhzhia. Sent wife and children to Poland and went to the military commissariat to join the armed forces of Ukraine. So you joined voluntarily? Yes, I did. Did you have any experience of how you also became an artilleryman? In civilian life, I worked as a driving instructor. I joined the armed forces and ended up in the artillery as a driver of a crew, an ammunition truck. When the guys are working, we don't go anywhere. We help the commander on the radio. Try to do something useful. And you have been in this brigade since the beginning of March. Yes, I joined the artillery of 79th Brigade as soon as I got there, and we continue to serve until victory. What is the general mood of the military now? We are in a fighting mood. Everyone is in a good mood. Everyone knows why we are here. For reason for our children and wives, so that they can live normally. We know what we are fighting for, but it is not clear what the Russians are fighting for. When there is incentive, when there is purpose, then it is much easier. Again, Mutti did not get it. Charge the cannon, gotta tell you. Charge. Come up here with two. Charge. We have a D-30 cannon, 122 mm caliber at this location. This is a Soviet weapon, right? Yes, yes, yes. Well, it's very good. It shoots very well on target. So I think it's very good. Mutti, I'm prone. Level is 30 to 6. Plus cannon. Shot is fired. Vitalii, artillery unit commander, these are ours. Don't worry, everything is fine. We protect our infantry. And there is a lot of bad, negative guys on the other side who are trying to break through all the time. That's why we protect that side. I advise you come to dugout. Do you come here after the shooting and sit for a certain period of time, or does it vary? Yes, we have to wait for 15 to 20 minutes, because enemy artillery can be aimed at us at that moment. So at that moment, we are waiting for a miracle, that they will not aim at us, but it does not always happen so. It can be as soon as we worked out, they start return fire. I mean, you can't guess. What part of your combat missions are, let's say, spontaneous? I don't know, you're sitting there smoking and you have to run out. Or do you usually know 10 minutes in advance what you have to prepare for? It can be different. In principle, everything happens spontaneously when there is an attack from the enemy and it is specifically necessary to provide fire cover for our guys to help, then we may have a sudden night wake-up. We are always in touch after all. We have one man on duty all the time. He listens to the radio. Well, in addition to this, we also control the territory, because sabotage reconnaissance groups and the like may come in. That is, we have people standing guard here too. We're guarding ourselves, so to speak. So in principle, a man comes in, wakes up the team, and we are within 2 or 3 minutes, or even a minute, are already standing near the cannon. Everything is already laid out, and we do salvo fire. How did you end up in this brigade? How did you get into the brigade? Metro artilleryman at the beginning of invasion on March 18th. I sent my wife and kid abroad and enlisted to UAF. Are you from Mykolaiv? Yes, I am. Were you commandeered to 79th Brigade, or was it your request? No, I was commandeered. So you've become an artilleryman? Yes. So you did not wish for it deliberately? I don't know how they managed the deployment, so I just went where I was sent. Where have you been already? A lot of places. Kramatorsk direction. Lyman. And now we are here at Marinka, doing our job for a very long time. Are you tired? Yes. What is your daily routine? We got used to it, so it's fine. We live, talk, and work together, digging trenches, fortifying our positions. We live in dugouts. We have mice here. We also got cats, a dog, a cheerful colleague. So you live in this dugout for 5 months now? 3, I guess. And so most of the time you spend underground. I guess we are. How does your body respond to that? It got used to it. It's warm in here, comfy, we have food. Everything is fine. And how are you holding up generally? Everybody's fine, but tired. But we are holding on, it's okay. Yuri, artillerymen, whatever they say, it's hard to get used to it. All those fly-ins, hits.
Бывает именно, стремается все равно.
It's scary. What was the most difficult? The most... I want to go home on vacation to my own bed. You still had no vacation yet? No, I'll have one soon. In a week and a half. My child does not know I'm here. How old is she? She was 10 in December. When we told her I'm in the army, she cried for 2 days. We could not calm her. She was told I'm in the army, and so she thinks until now. And when she asks me what am I doing, I just tell her that I'm guarding some facility, working as a guard. How could I tell her? She stressed a lot when she had to leave. When I was seeing her to the train, all those scared people, it was something. Especially that impudent youth, young guys. I did not expect that from them. There were lots of women and children, naturally. But when you see those people crowding by 3 or 4 in one seat, and there are some young fellas trying to flee, that is just sad. And to those who talk about the laws and not wanting to receive a conscription, we want to go home and see our families too. So we have to die here, so they can chill out there. Then they will see the Russian peace. I guess that is the only outcome. So you want the mobilization to go on. Not that I want that. I want this war to end and peace to come. I know that this is no good. We want to go home. Too many young guys are dying here. My 2 friends whom I was studying together, and with Yevon also. In Lviv died in 1 day. We discovered it recently. 3 out of 30 our teammates were killed already. Young guys. It's horrible. And 2 guys just in 1 day. We were not very close, but still. But we had something in common. It was tough to discover. And when I see that those youngsters have no family or children left behind, that is just horrible. They left no legacy. They were the only children also. Horrible. And those other guys tell how they are educated in the matter of laws. It's hard to watch this. And they act like they don't give a shit, like the war is already over. It's fucked up. You want some water or tea? Yes, please. What exactly? We have coffee if you want. If you could. How does the Russian artillery perform in this region? We are lucky they are crooked-handed. I don't know how to call them. I showed you already what happened in the field. We had some hard hits, but their guns are useless.
Где мы вот здесь находимся, я имею в виду, что да, приходы были тяжелые, именно вот здесь, но все равно большая часть, она вся бесполезная.
Our, in contrary, are fewer but better.
Намного лучше работает, чем их.
It is an obvious fact.
Это факт. Хотя
Despite them having 3 times more guns and ammo, we perform better.
если разобраться, то
But they keep shooting at you. Don't you have a feeling they had less ammo now?
знаете, когда
There was a time they got quiet.
они реально притихли, там
Our forces hit their ammo depots.
по складам.
But the previous week, it was hell. They just carpet bombed everything here.
Расстреливали наглухо все тут. Тут, наверное, стабильных таких дней 8, да?
8 days in a row. Yet it continues for more than a week. They were advancing. I think I call them artillerymen. Yeah, they were constantly shelling. But this week, they got easier. They are running out of ammo. But before that, we could recognize they received new supply from a depot that was not destroyed. Does Mikhailo speak with a Carpathian accent that you struggle to understand him? Sometimes. Don't you teach them any words? No, I don't. That is a secret. Speaking in Carpathian dialect, God forbid they take Ivanovic from us. That is the man. Stop. Fine. I'm not. So you arrived here recently. Yeah, 2 of us. Were you drafted? They have already been in the boot camp. They are serving since December, I guess. So have you been baptized with fire? Yuri artilleryman, we like what we've been taught. You like it? Yes. We will try our best to hone these skills and to go up the ranks. You want to make a military career, for now at least. And how good is the training for newcomers? It is sufficient. We learned PE for a month. It was fast-paced, but okay. And 2 weeks as gun aimers. And now we are here to harden our knowledge. You wanted to join the artillery, or was it random? Well, Dennis, artilleryman, I did it deliberately. And I ended up where I wanted. Not everyone got where they wanted. I did. How does it feel to sleep in a dugout? Same as at home, but no wife or kids. It's okay. I can handle it. It is warm, and that is the main issue. When it all ends, we will go home. In the summer, I will go to the Crimea. Journalist Diana Butsko, videographer Dmitro Hunter, producer Konstantin Nekiparenko, producer Maria Popova, editor Alexander Nazarov, driver Olhar Hardin. Will she eat it? It's salty. Oh, that's the eater. Bon appetit.